Hello! Now, I have not made a video in like a month, which is terrible. I think I've started to overthink YouTube, which is a terrible thing to do. Basically, every time I have an idea, I'm just like, oh, someone could do that better than me. It's not worth it. Nobody's gonna be watching. I need good lights, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. So today we're just gonna sit down and talk, and as sort of like a sorry for not uploading for a month, I thought I'd share some what I think is embarrassing stories. So I'm really sort of like, when it happened, I was like, oh my god, this is the worst moment of my life. But now they're just sort of funny. So these are the sort of things you are missing out on if you don't know me in real life. So end of the line, just be friends with me. Okay, so story number one. I was once followed by the NYPD because they thought I was a prostitute. I am obviously not a prostitute, but how do you prove to the police that you're not? That would have been a good thing to know at the time. The way this happened was I had spent the night with a friend. She lived on the Upper East Side, and to get home to New Jersey, I had to go to the West Side and get the bus from that side. And basically there is a Central Park in the middle. At the time, and this is like a fact for all of you, it's not actually allowed to walk through a Central Park at night. I think it's after midnight. It's closed, except for some cars, apparently. And I didn't know this. I was new to America, and it was open. It didn't say anywhere that you weren't allowed to walk through. So instead of like walking all the way down the park and then crossing over, I was like, I will just cut through the park, you know. Easy peasy, I get to the red line, I can take the tube, it'll be fine. That subway, oh my god, I've lived in England for too long there. I wasn't dressed in any way that would indicate that I was a prostitute either. I think I was wearing like black jeans and like a long coat or something, I don't know. But I was walking through the park and there was this car like going behind me like almost the entire way. And I didn't think of anything about it until, you know, lights started flashing and they sort of pull me over. Well, pull me over sounds like I'm a car, I'm not. But anyway, the police is like, ma'am, can we speak to you? And I have to like go over to the cop car, and they step out and they're like started questioning me, and they're like, are you looking for any clients tonight? I'm just like, what? I don't even speak English. Like, what are you? And then I suddenly realized that they're asking me if I'm a prostitute, and I'm just like, no, I'm a nanny, I'm not a prostitute. But as I said, how the hell do you prove that you're not a prostitute? The whole thing was so dumb, and they were not believing anything I said because I was so like nervous about being, you know, sort of pulled over by the cops. I've never been pulled over before, and being questioned, my English sort of started to go, like sort of like I'm doing right now, you know, when you just like, you can think of the words and you're just like, you seem like you're lying. So I'm just there, I'm a nanny, I live in New Jersey, let me go please. The thing was that was going through my head was, since I was a nanny and I was there on a working visa, if I got any problems with the police in any way, like if I got caught drinking, I would be sent out of the country. So like being, you know, maybe arrested for prostitution, quite a serious sort of thing. I would be kicked out and I would be, you know, not allowed to enter America for the next 10 years. So didn't want that. I love living in America. In the end, after talking for so long, the only way they would sort of let me go was if they followed me through Central Park, like it's quite a wide park really, in their car. He was like this far behind my back at all times with the car, and sort of steered me out of Central Park. When we got to the end of the park, he sort of flashed at me saying like it was okay to go, and I was just like, oh, like as I said, at that moment it was like the worst moment of my life because they were not buying it that I was just a nanny. They were like 100% sure I was a prostitute. Not a prostitute, not a prostitute. But now we know not to go through Central Park after midnight. Hey, we learned something. So my second story happened quite recently. This is when I was working at the Doctor Who Experience. The show I was doing, if you didn't know, I was an interactor at the Doctor Who Experience, which means that I was an actor, an actress actually. I'm a girl, and I had lines. I got to perform these amazing Doctor Who shows. I basically got to play Doctor Who all day. It's amazing. But there's this one part, which there is, I'm not going to spoil it, but there might be some Daleks, and it might be scary, and it might be very stressful, and my character's part in this whole Dalek thing is I'm freaking out because like I'm in charge of like 35 people and we're being chased by Daleks or something. I run over to this door that has been like automatically locked by the Daleks, And at this part I have to like bang on the door and trying to open it. I'm like, the door's locked, people, the door's locked. And I turn around, I'm like, what do we do? And this is the worst moment of my life, I swear to God. As I said, the door's locked, and I turn around, this little kid, okay, his name was Eddie, he was Irish, and I say was as he died, he is Irish. He had somehow snuck up behind me, and he was just short enough that I couldn't see him. But as I turn around and go, the door's locked, guys, we need... The kid was right at my arm, like height, so I smack the kid in like full force. I would say that I sort of Matt Smith act, you know, very twirly, very like, boom, flaily and stuff. And I smack the kid into a wall, like he full on flies into a wall. And the way I was standing, I sort of like fall on him. And I was like I'm seeing now, I'm like banging into anything. I fall on top of the child. And oh my God. You can just imagine, I smacked a kid, he's on the floor, I'm on top of him, and the whole room just goes silent. And I just like sort of freak out. I'm like, fuck, what do I do? I've killed a child. Do I continue the show? Obviously not. So I like turn off my microphone and I'm like, are you okay? And this kid is just like, there's a moment of silence before he answers me, and he's just like, This was in front of 34 people, and this kid is screaming. And I'm like, are you okay? Are you okay? And he's just like, I think so. And okay, and the worst thing is, the show doesn't stop. The show is on a loop, so it continues. So at this point, I'm supposed to have said loads of other lines, and something else is happening, and there's this big like roar, roar sound going on, and I'm just like, oh my God. And as I said earlier, I was a nanny. I sort of know how to handle kids. When kids are crying, you should just have to distract them and they'll be fine. But I didn't know if he was hurt or not, so I was just, I tried to distract him by like, oh my God, a thing is happening, the Daleks are still coming. Like, the kid was believing everything that happened, which is why he followed me to the door when I ran to go, oh no, it's locked. So there's this thing on the floor, I'm not going to spoil it, but if you jump on the thing, something happens, and the kid, I'm just like, jump on the thing, and he's just like, okay, I'll jump on the thing. Oh my God, the whole thing was horrific. The kid was crying, I wanted to cry, like, oh, and yeah, we get through the show. At the end, I like apologized a million times. I could not stop apologizing. Thank goodness that this boy's, he was probably like 6, his grandparents who were with him, they were so kind about it. They were just like, he followed you, it was his own fault. But oh my God, like, I properly smacked him. And the thing is, like, obviously he was fine, but I have to go and report this to my boss, which is so scary. And I did that, and I just like cried through the whole thing. I was just like, okay, he's fine, but I hate a child. And to add on to this, there are security cameras in the adventure. So security person sent the video file to everyone, and in the video you just literally see me go oh my God, horrific. But at least what came out of this is there was a kid who had like a genuine, believable Dalek danger experience. So, oh God. Now, I think that is all for now. Let me know if you like this sort of videos. I have loads more to tell you. I once stopped a gang fight on a bus. That's something I want to tell you once. But until then, I will see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Love you.